Hello everybody, it's Bee from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. First of all, before I start talking about my card, can I say a massive thank you for everybody that's subscribing. Have subscribed and those of you hopefully that are going to subscribe. So hello and welcome to my channel. In the background you'll hear Merlin is my African Grey, so he does get quite vocal all the way through the videos. So please like if you like the content, comment, share, and please definitely subscribe. Also click the notification bell. Right, today's card is a Grumpy Santa. I think he's Ace. Now I don't know where he's from. It's just out of a bundle that I got from a charity shop a while ago, and this is just a font. An old font that I've had, which I think is quite cool. I initially got the idea off Pinterest and then just twisted it around to how I wanted it. But what I also wanted to show you was I made a reverse, and I'm going to show you how I did that in the video. Now you can see it's definitely not as crisp, but it still works. It is still good, and it's also a very, very good technique for doing a reflection video, and I have got a reflection video I'm just going to see if I can find the card. So this is the card with the reflection. It's using the same technique, a similar technique as this. It's just how you've positioned a card, and this one is #17. So that's a year ago. So if you wanted to pop and have a look at that, I just think it's really, 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 really good. I do like that one. Where was the elephant out of? I can't remember, but that will be in the video. So this one's #17. So yeah, these are the colours that I've used. I've written them down as I'm going along. So yeah, I'm going to get on with the editing now, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy the techniques that I use, and I hope you find them useful enough for you to have a go yourselves. Alright, so I shall talk to you in a minute on the voiceover. Hello everybody, so I'm on the voiceover now. So this is how I'm going to do the reflection of the Santa. What I'm doing first of all, it's just a piece of acetate, and I keep this in my mini misty, and I've just put a bit of tape on it just so I know where it is. It lives there all the time. So I've cleaned it up, and I'm going to do an imprint of it, simply because I want to do both of the images on this one piece of cardstock. So I'm going to use Memento ink because I'm going to use my alcohol markers, which are the Ohuhu Honolulu 320 set. As you can see, I don't know why I've done it twice, because I don't really need to. Oh, I'm doing it 3 times. Why have I done that? Anyway, I have. So I've just turned it over, and I'm looking to make sure that they both fit on there. So quickly stamping it down. There might be a better way to actually do this. I actually didn't go back and have a look at #17 to see how I did it. I was just sort of like doing it from memory. So just cleaning off. But anyway, I've just sat watching the video there in silence. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm just sat just printing it out a couple of times just to make sure that I get a good coverage of it. and then I'm going to put my cardstock down and then just press it down. Now the image isn't absolutely perfect, as you can imagine. So what I'm using, and I'm going to whisk through this. I'm whizzing through quite a lot because this video is quite long. It's 34.5 minutes. So, and I'm just, so there's going to be a bit of a switch there with my audio because my microphone's just kaput. So yeah, I'm using a Ohuhu fine liner just to go over the print lines, just to obviously just to define it up again. So like I say, this is a long video. I am sorry about that, but yeah, it just is. So I hope you're going to stay to the end and enjoy some Bespoke Crafts company. And you'll hear Merlin in the background as he's now shut up. So yeah, I think that's come out pretty well. Like I say, it's not as crisp as the original, but it's not going to be, but it does work. I have made the second card from it. I've done that one in reds rather than the greens that you've seen on the thumbnail. So there you go. So I'm going to write the colours down, as I said earlier, because it's just easier. You get the reflection from my my mat, so it's just easier to write them down, so you should be able to see those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some music on for you, so you're not listening to me waffle. And I'll be popping in and out just to explain various stages of making of this card. I just want to explain how I do my shading. Where you see two lines meet is where I will put natural shading, and any dark areas, sort of like if you see the back of his coat that I've just done there under his coffee cup, that's obviously going to be quite dark with the shading from his from his beard and his general shadows and everything. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just adding the dark colour. Now normally I add the dark colour first. I don't know why I haven't on this one. But if you when you're going over with your lighter colour, if you go over it the darker colour as well, I hope this makes sense, then you get that really good seamless blend, as long as your alcohol markers blend well. These really do. And I'm in a bit of a pickle really, because I went some re-inkers, and this is the 320 set, and Ohuhu unfortunately have only got 51 re-inkers for them, and the ones that I want aren't there, and the replacement pens are out of stock, so I'm in a bit of a pickle about what to do. So I've just actually cut out the colouring in of the reflection. I'm just sat watching it while I was talking to you, thinking, why have I shown that? But you can see I've done it there. So now I'm just going to do his beard, and again I will just show you one of them if the other one isn't. It's going to be exactly the same, so just try and pull this video down as much as I can. I'm doing his gloves. It's because I've got the Glaze on. Excuse me, just everything. I wonder if anybody's noticed the mistake I've made there. If you've noticed, write in the comments. I'm just going to pause this and cut this bit out. I didn't cut it all out, but there you go. So yeah, these are the new markers that I've just bought. They are the Ohuhu, and it's OAHU alcohol markers of the skin tones. I don't know if I've already mentioned that earlier. But yeah, they're the replacement of the browns, but the skin tones have got a really good variety of darker colours in with them, and lighter colours obviously with them. So I'm just doing the faces. So if you can spot that mistake that I've made, and it is on both of them, so I've been consistent, I drop a comment, and it's on 12:21. Now, believe it or not, when I'm editing my videos, I put them all on, and then I go through and I edit down where I want, and then when I go to do the voiceover, I end up editing again, and believe it or not, I've just cut out about another, I think, 6 minutes of of just twaddle. So there you can see with his beard and his moustache now, just using pale greys. And now I'm going to use snow text. I'm going to cut it out first. Now I've cut this one out, obviously, using the die, but the second one, obviously, because it's mirror image. Oh, I will just say that hair clip there on the right hand side, it's a claw clip. Now, if you've got long hair, these are absolutely fantastic. Get them off Amazon. They're brilliant. They're flat to your head, so you can put your head back and everything. Anyway, back to the snow text. So I've got some press and seal on them. I use this press and seal on all of my wet products. So you pop it on and then press it right down to your product, so that you get all of the air out, and then put your lid on it. And it really does make a difference to the longevity of your wet products. So yeah, this is just giving it's like I say, it's snow text, but I've used it as like a fluffy furry bits on Santa's clothing. And again, I've done them exactly the same, but this time I'm doing the reflection one first. So it is easy to put on. It's a bit messy, and you have to take your time with it, and just make sure that you clean everything up as soon as you've done, because it sets like concrete. It really is hard. So that is a must to have a good clean up after you've done. So I've done it on his cuffs. I'm going to do it on his collar and the trim on his coat. And the effect of it is really good. I do like it. It looks cool. I've also done his bobble on his hat. So yeah, it's cool. You can see it's a bit of a pain to work with, but it does the job. Does a good job. I think I must have had this for 18 months, 2 years now. And you can see it's still extremely pliable. It's still extremely wet. But that press and seal really does make a difference. I don't know whether it would work the same with cling film. I suppose it would do. So yeah, this is the alphabet set that I'm using. And it cuts out 2 of them. So you've got the outline and then you've got your inner. So while I was cutting it out, I decided I was just going to cut the whole lot out. And I wanted, how many did I have? I wanted 3, because I've done ho, ho, ho. So I've used on this card, I've used the large parts, and on the second card, I've used the inner parts, which you can just see me putting that up on the top there. So I want a little bit of background on there. So I'm using Distress Spritz. This is Twisted Citron. I love this colour. I really, really do. And I'm just going to splop it on, speckle it on, flick it on, whatever. It is a beautiful colour. You will also notice the change of clothes because we've gone from one day during the night and then to the next day. My sleep last night was absolutely terrible. I went to bed at 12:30 and I got up at 2:15. And I've had to snooze on the sofa this afternoon. So waste not, want not, using all of the product, and I shall leave that to let it dry and then use it for something else. So I'm just going to colour in the ho 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 now. I'm using a red and a green, and you'll see the numbers that I've written down there. I haven't put it all in because it's just quite obvious what I'm doing. I aren't doing any blending or anything on these. I'm just simply doing the a flat colour, and then I'm going to go around with greens. And I was just going to use the Twisted Citron, and then I decided to use the other colours. Now, I absolutely love this technique. I am getting better at it. I did the red one, and I think the red one looks really good. So I've used, I hope I wrote it down. I've got me, I've thrown it away. I have, yeah. I used Twisted Citron, crushed olive, and black soot. So I'm going to apply these colours, and I've gone from light to dark. So really I should have pulled that Twisted Citron out a little bit more to the centre of the card, which I probably will do while I'm doing it, and then going over. Yeah, I will have done, because I've looked at the card and look what I'm doing there, and I've come out quite a lot with it, which you will see. I really do like it. It just gives it a really, I don't know, I just like the look of it. I just think it looks, I just like it. Anyway, that's it. I can't say anymore. So you go originally, on your first layer, you go from light to dark. Oh, that's the way I've done it. And then once you're happy with that, you then go further and then go from light to dark again. That's the way I've done it. I'm not sure whether that's right, but anyway, I'm pleased with the end result of it. So as you can see now, I'm coming back in with the Twisted Citron and bringing it in further, patting it off, the ink off on my glass mat, just so that I don't get any marks or anything, brush marks or anything on. So now I'm using the Distress Glaze. I love this stuff. I put too much on, but I always do. Yeah, so it to me it gives that a different texture to your cardstock. Also makes your card waterproof, and it will eventually evaporate. Although I think, to be honest, I always put far too much on, and it would take probably a year to evaporate. So I just buff it off, and again, and again, and again. So yeah, I like it gives a sort of like a satin glow to it, to your cardstock. So just figuring out where my placement's going to be. And then I'm going to stick these down. And I'm using Gina Connect glue. Oh, I'd also decided that I was going to put, so it's going to be ho ho hum. And I've done an exclamation mark, which is very large. It's from a completely different set. But I decided I wasn't going to put it on it. And then when I was doing going through the first initial editing, I decided I liked it, so I haven't put it back on yet, but I think I'm going to. But I'm going to put it under the final, after the final hoe. On the red one that I did, I've done exactly the same, mirror image of course, but I've put bar humbug at the bottom of it. So just making sure that there's no white pieces showing on any of your letters, because it really will show up, especially being on green background. Now when I'm putting words together, I use a little bit of tape. I'm using mint tape at the moment. Line them up so it obviously so it sticks down, checking that it's level. Pop some glue on the back of it and then just press it down. Just hold it for a second too, and then peel your mint tape off, or whatever tape that you're going to use. Minor adjustments. See, it just looks too big there, but I quite like it there, you know, on reflection and looking back at it, so I might put it back on. And then I'm going to use these foam strips to give him a little bit more dimension. Did you all see the card where I used those rotary bearings? They are so cool. I did another one as well. What did I do? I think I did a Christmas one. It was really good. I've got a Christmas fair coming up on Sunday in our village hall. So I'm getting everything ready for that as well. So I'm using Spectrum Noir clay glitter pen. I do like these. I started using another make, but this is my favourite. But it's coming to the end of it, so it's getting a bit blobby. So I decided the best thing to do was pop it on my glass mat and use a brush. I've asked Santa for a new glass mat because he asked me what I wanted.
but I've asked for the magnetic one, and it's a white one, so hopefully that'll be arriving. So I'm just distressing the edges up just with a pair of scissors. You can get other tools to do this, but a pair of scissors works well. So now I'm going to do the sentiment on it, and it's wasn't it Christmas like a year ago? That was quite funny. On the red one that I've done, and it says, I've put on it, seriously, if it weren't for the cookies. That is cool. So I'm using VersaFine Black for this, simply because you get a really good nice finish, really good crisp finish with this ink. Cut it down to size. This is just a rectangle die that I've got from don't know what say it's from. It's just on my magnetic board behind me. I've got five. I've got 5 boards behind me, magnetic boards with dies on. And then I'm just going to use some twisted citron on the side of it, on the front of it, if I can speak, after I've popped it up, just to sort of like blend it in with the card, just so it's all becomes, you know, part of the same thing. So there you go. So I'm just going to pop that up. Again, glue on the back of your phone tape. It gives you that little bit of wiggle room. Put it on the wonk. I've decided to use a black matten layer. I looked at different colours and I thought, no, because it's more of an adult card, I'll use the black. It really does complement it quite well with the greens. So my card panel itself is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. My matten layer is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and my card base is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. I'm using Collall glue to stick down, which I've used for both layers, and then just doing a little bit of touching up. So yeah, the good thing about the Collall glue, as you can see there, if you get any runoff, it does easily rub off. You have to be careful though, because on some cards, it actually it takes some of the colour off as well if you use the rubber glue rubber. So yeah, I do generally use my fingers. So just going over the areas of his beard and his moustache, just with a slightly darker grey, just to give it that little bit more definition. So yeah, there is today's card. I make my card panels and my card blanks myself. It's a piece of A4 piece of cardstock, folded in half, and then cut down to size. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I absolutely love these cards. They are really good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying me all the way through this one. I've got it down to 30 minutes and 15 seconds. So again, if you're still with me, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.